We've got the Masters feature race on tap. 20 laps or 20 minutes. Here's the lineup and how they'll roll off. Phillip Young on the pole out of Dallas, Georgia, followed by the 15 of Bill Plemons Jr. Back in row number 2 is Mark Swan and Dwight Pierce. Row 3, Lamar Chambers and Lisa Young. And rounding out this field, the 98 of Mike Chambers out of Griffin, Georgia. An exciting race last week, Ryan. Take us through the finish of that one.
Yeah, it looked like Bill Plemons was going to pick up his 3rd win of the season here at Thursday Thunder. Looked like he was going to pick up the clean sweep of week 3, rounds 3 and 4, but that is not what went down. Into turn number 3 on the final lap, Bill Plemons misjudged some lap traffic. Heavy contact knocked him out of the race. Mark Swan, who was running 2nd at the time, navigated the incident cleanly, picked up his 1st win of the season. So now the storyline is, how will Bill bounce back? He's going to start outside row number 1. To his inside is the 7 of Phillip Young. Those two have been going at it all season long. Lights out on the pace car. Here they come.
3 different winners make up for our Masters division this year. Will there be another one? Green flag in the air. We are off and running.
Phillip Young in the 7 gets a pretty good jump. Mark Swan now to the inside of Bill Plemons Jr. A little bit of contact there in 2. That's going to open the door for Bill Plemons to get 2nd down the back straight.
The field trying to waste no time to shuffle Bill Plemons Jr. out of the front of the field, as they know he's going to be a threat later in this one. Trying to get out way out in front is that 7 of Phillip Young, Dallas, Georgia driver, as they rocket down the backstretch and into turns 3 and 4.
So last week's incident really opened the door for Phillip Young. He has 1 win this season. That came in round number 2 back on June 13th. He's the leader of the points, and there's a spin. That's Lisa Young in the 37 car. Spun around there in turn number 4. Going to get that thing back going. But as I was saying, Phillip Young, with Bill Plemons' incident on the final lap last week, takes the points lead here at Thursday Thunder. And here's a look at that replay. The 37 car, middle of your screen, white and orange. Exit of turn number 4. Just loses the rear end there on corner exit.
So happy to have y'all live here on Peachtree Sports Network, looking at our live coverage of Thursday Thunder, round number 5 action here at Atlanta Motor Speedway, right here in the heart of Hampton, Georgia. As we mentioned at the top of the broadcast, 3 different winners in our Masters division this year. You're looking at all 3 right there. The 7 of Phillip Young, the 15 of Bill Plemons Jr., and the 14 of Mark Swan. They run 1, 2, 3 on the track now with 18 laps to go in this Masters feature race.
So Phillip Young was able to get into that top spot pretty swiftly in the entry to corner number 1. He was in sole possession of first place. Some contact between Swan and Plemons. But Plemons, being the veteran he is on the outside, was able to find his way in line in 2nd position. This time now, they're going to line up 2 by 2 once more. The question is, what did Bill Plemons learn? Can he find a way to stay even with Phillip Young as they make their way off into turn number 1? Slight acceleration so far off of turn number 4. Here they come. Green flag back in the air in the Masters feature race. Phillip Young, another good jump this time. Bill Plemons going to bully his way to the bottom of the racetrack. No contact between him and Mark Swan this time.
Everybody fighting for that precious piece of real estate, the bottom of the racetrack here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Back across the start-finish line, 17 laps remain for the leader out front, Phillip Young.
A lot of laps in this one, a lot of time for Bill Plemons to threaten. He gets loose there on the corner exit of 2. That makes the 14 of Swan check up and allows the 7 of Phillip Young to pull away. Not a very sizable gap, however. Maybe about 4 or 5 car lengths down the straightaway.
Race fans, when we say loose, we mean the back end of the race car stepping out, as we have a car that has spun here on the front stretch. It appears it is the 37 of Lisa Young. Once again, that'll put us under our 2nd caution. 4 laps down, 16 laps to go in our Masters feature race. Going to look at a replay right here from our speed cam. Getting off of turn number 4, the farthest white car in your shot, you see that car tiptoe around off the exit of turn number 4. That is that 37 of Lisa Young. The car begins to spin right there. Right when she's starting to get back to the loud pedal and press the gas down is when the back end of that race car stepped out and she spun around. And she will bring out the 2nd caution here for our Masters feature race.
So when you're getting off the corner like Lisa Young's been doing, spinning that car, if those wheels are turned to the left and you accelerate, you have a very good chance of spinning the tires and losing the back end of that race car, as we've seen her do twice. You want to find the happy medium of getting off the corner and getting to the accelerator softly. Right there, Lisa Young does it a second time. And that's going to put these Masters Legend cars into a single file restart formation. 2 incidents leads to this single file restart. This is supposed to give the drivers a chance to kind of spread out, drive a little bit cleaner. So far, it's still Phillip Young, Bill Plemons, and Mark Swan to the green flag.
Bill Plemons Jr. with a good exit off of turn number 2. That will allow him to set up to make a pass in turns 3 and 4. Can't quite get to the bumper of Young just yet. He'll come to the stripe. The orange number 7 of Young will lead this one.
15 laps to go, a long time left in the Masters feature race. The 7 of Phillip Young knows those are going to be a stressful 15 laps whenever Bill Plemons on that back bumper. And like we mentioned, Bill Plemons was well on his way to a 3rd feature victory this season in the Masters division, but that incident, something you don't usually see out of Bill Plemons, and that's an error.
We've seen this earlier in the night. It's taken second place a little time to get past the leader, and with that happening, it allows the 3rd place car to close into the picture. Mark Swan, all 3 drivers have won this season. And they're going for their 2nd here as the field works into turns 3 and 4. Bill Plemons Jr. not going to apply the bumper just yet to Young, but they come back to the stripe, 12 laps to go.
Something that's going to come into play here is going to be the 10 of Lamar Chambers, significantly slower. He's going to be out of the racing groove. It looks like they narrowly avoid Chambers on the high side. Now Bill Plemons dives to the inside, takes a look. Not quite going to be there. The 7 of Phillip Young still out front.
Plemons about tiptoed into the grass here to make that pass. There is no out of bounds on the racetrack here. If you want to use the grass to make the pass, you can. The preferred line is on the asphalt all the way tucked down to the white line like you see there, but the grass is optional, and you can make passes. We've seen it done here before, and that might be the route Plemons has to take to get past Young.
Yeah, we've seen one semi-pro driver, which is a race coming up later on in the evening, make that pass successfully. Believe it or not, race fans, it's easier for 4 tires to be on the asphalt to get these things to go. Not exactly an off-road vehicle, but don't tell Bill Plemons that when he has first place in his sights, obviously hungry for a win as he gets loose there off the corner, exit of 2. But after the way he lost last week, you have to imagine that Bill Plemons Jr. is willing to do anything to park that silver and gold 15 machine in Atlanta Motor Speedway victory lane for a 3rd time this season.
Well, just as I was going to say, he was starting to lose ground to Phillip Young. He gains it right back. He's back to the back bumper of that driver. Back here to the stripe. 7 laps to go this time. They avoid that lap traffic, slow car to the outside. They've got another one with Young stuck to the outside of the racetrack as they'll try and swing past that driver into the entry of 3.
1-2 run Phillip Young and Bill Plemons. They're leaving Mark Swan in the dust right now, quickly pulling away from that 14 car, so it looks like it's a 2-horse race at the front of this field for the Masters division. The 2 guys that usually find each other on the racetrack in this division doing it again here in round number 5. The battle's going to be on. 5 laps to go. Can Phillip Young hold off Bill Plemons?
Will we see a bump and run? It's getting to look that way. Bill Plemons Jr. closing the gap. A car length separates the leaders, coming to 4 laps to go in this one.
My good friend Tony Stevens would say it's not as much about the bump as it is about the run. The run, the most important part of this deal. You can get to the back bumper, you can bump the car out of the way, but if you can't pull away, you better expect it to come right back to you. The question is when and if Bill Plemons will apply that bumper to the 7 of Phillip Young. 3 laps to go.
Well, he dive bombs the corner there, does get to the back bumper, gets the drive off, sets that corner up perfectly, peeks to the inside here with 3 laps to go. Can't make the pass. They'll come back 2 laps to go.
Probably not what Bill Plemons was looking for to make that corner. He had to lose a little bit of time on Phillip Young. He's going to do it again right there in corner number 1 and 2. Not a turn Bill Plemons was looking for. Making their way down the back straightaway. Phillip Young has led 19 laps so far. Can he lead 20?
Well, the white flag is in the air. It's the last lap for Bill Plemons Jr. to try and make the pass. Driving defensively is the 7 car of Young. into the final corner for the final time. Off of turn number 4, keeps the wheel straight, dominating fashion. Phillip Young goes to victory lane. So picking up his second win of the season, it belongs to Phillip Young, Dallas, Georgia driver, sporting that orange and purple number 7. And he's heard all the hype about how Bill Plemons Jr. has dominated here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. But picking up his second win and holding off Bill Plemons Jr. for that win, he's letting this whole Masters division know this year might be mine for that overall points championship.
Yeah, it looks to be a bit of a different Phillip Young than we're used to seeing in Atlanta Motor Speedway. He usually competes at the front of these fields, but this season, picking up his second win now, he's thrown his name into the mix, and he's done it in pretty dominating fashion.
Got to tell you what, Ryan, you hit the nail on the head when you said he's always been at the front of the field, but now he's turning these second and thirds into wins, and it's paying off for him as he's getting ready to pull into Atlanta Motor Speedway victory lane as a 2-time winner this Thursday Thunder season here in round number 5 at Atlanta Motor Speedway.
Parking that car in Atlanta Motor Speedway victory lane, the young motorsports driver Phillip Young, getting it done for a second time this season. Going to lose the helmet and talk to our victory lane reporter, Tyler Head.
Well, Phillip Young comes into victory lane here at Atlanta Motor Speedway for the second time in this Thursday Thunder season. And we have a celebration happening here between competitors on the track and loved ones off the track here. Lisa Young coming in to celebrate with Phillip. Boy, what a dogfight out there between you and Bill Plemons Jr.
Yeah, Bill is tough, man. He really is. And I got a little loose coming off of 4, and he was better than me in 3 and 4, but he was good to me. He didn't hit me and turn me, so.
Yeah, you ran a stout race from the pole. Second win of the season, as we said off the top. Point leader coming into this, so you extend that points lead a little bit, and it looks like it's going to be between you and Bill in all likelihood here for the championship this season.
Yeah, that's what it's all about, man. It's this Thursday Thunder and the championship, and I'm so excited, and it's good to race somebody that's fast and clean like Bill, too, you know. So looking forward to another good week.
Well, you all put on a great show out there. We congratulate you, and we'll see you for round 6 on Wednesday.
Thank you. Thank you.
Well, Phillip Young picks up the victory in the Masters feature race, the second win for him this season. We've got more racing action on tap tonight. Stay tuned. For now, we're going to step away for a quick break. Up next, we'll have our Associates Group Young Lions Legends feature race when we get back.